Hi, this is Crystal, and I am off to Shambhala here on YouTube. And I am bringing you an update on my $5 to $5,000 in 5 months challenge. I finally sold the ski jacket that I had reported on in the last video. And I am really happy because I was getting a little concerned that it could take a couple more weeks for this thing to sell, or I might have to make even less money, like put it down at a really low price. But luckily it sold. I did have it originally listed for $19.99, and after about 3 or 4 days I lowered it to $17.99 because I really, like I said, I think I mentioned it in the other video. I think one of the strategies for this particular competition is to make sure to source things that are likely to sell in a relatively quick time. And sometimes in order to get something to sell, you might have to lower the price, and I think on some clothing items that is the case. However, you know, I gotta tell you, if I was just listing this in my store, I would have had it at $19.99 or maybe even a little higher than that, and left it there for at least 30 days before lowering it. But because this is a competition, you know, I want stuff moving. So, or I shouldn't say it's a competition, it's a challenge. A little different. It's a friendly challenge. So anyways, I'm just really happy that this sold, and the shipping, actually I didn't make any money on shipping. Sometimes I'll make like 50 cents or $1.30 or something on shipping, and the amount that the person paid for shipping for this was exactly the amount that it cost for shipping. So, but I'll go over all that. Now, the other thing I have listed that I purchased for this challenge is this right here. It's a hat and a scarf, and then I had 2 other hats that went with it, and I bought all of these scarves together in a lot. And I clicked on the picture, but it's not coming up. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do now is I'm probably, if I'm lucky, going to make $1 on this. This was not a good purchase. I don't see this as a quick selling item. I don't know what I was thinking when I got this. Well, I do know. But there they are. So there's a scarf, 2 hats that match, that are somewhat matching, and then one oddball, which one of these things does not belong kind of hats. But I think I'm going to separate them and try to sell that one that does not belong. I'm going to try to sell that one separately and just see what happens, because now that I've made some money, I have money to go sourcing with, and I can wait. You know, if it takes a month for me to make an extra $3 or $4 on these, then by golly, I will make that extra $3 or $4. So let's go to the breakdown. I've decided I'm going to keep a spreadsheet of everything. And so the first thing I purchased was the first thing that sold, and the first thing on the list is the ski jacket, which sold for $17.99. It cost me technically $3.99. There was no shipping overage, so I didn't make any money on that. So my gross profit was $14. After PayPal fees and eBay fees, my total expenses were $235. Now, I am not including costs for packaging materials in these numbers. However, if you are brand new to reselling, you will be incurring those costs, and that is something to think about. However, if I do have something that does end up, I use a lot of materials that I actually paid money for to ship, then I will probably notate that in somehow in the future, just to let you know. But I would estimate that maybe about 10 cents went toward shipping supplies. So maybe this available to spend figure could be technically $14.51 or 50 cents or something, but yeah, so my total expenses were $235, not including the shipping products. So my net profit was $9.30 on that jacket. And so now I'm just really excited that I've got, roughly $14 to go spend now. And let's see, it took me a couple days to actually get that listed. I bought it on the 5th, but it wasn't until like the 7th that I got it listed. So it took 7 days to sell. It was 7 days on the market. So that's my report. Now also, hey, if you're new to eBay, you can use this eBay fee calculator. Let's see, own rate, it's not popping up now. Oh, that's a bummer. Well, there is an eBay fee calculator in eBay, and that's what I use to calculate my eBay fees. And your eBay fees are probably going to be different. You can't just say the eBay fees are A, B, C, and D because it depends on the type of item. It depends if you have a store. Chances are, if you're new, you're probably getting something like 50 free listings or something. Although I was talking to somebody else and they said they don't get 50 free listings, they only get free auctions. So I don't know. When I started, they gave me 50 free fixed price listings or auctions. So it's just weird. But anyways, that's how I did, and I will be posting another report about what it is that I ended up purchasing for the next round. And of course, if those beanie hats sell, I'll make a report, and I'm really looking forward to getting close to that $5,000 by July. So, talk to you later, and thanks for watching.